So, I finally finished stickering my Megamoid puzzle. I've actually been building this puzzle for well over a year because everything that could go wrong went wrong. I originally wanted to make it more of a pillowed surface on the top. However, after a while, kind of gave up on that. There's this problem with it because this is made out of a Dayan megaminx. So, it's not like the pieces for the corners were empty. There's a lot of slices holding it together. So because of that, I was building on top of those. So when I put the epoxy on it and tried putting it on the belt sander, it would actually end up coming off, and it just didn't really hold properly. So after I finished everything, I was smoothing it out, and then I had to restart in some points. In fact, I think it's this corner. You can see there's a little bit of a divot in. There's one yeah, here it is. This one, it goes really in. These are places where it just didn't hold properly and ended up coming off. So I thought, well, how about making it a flat surface? So I went down as far as I went with it, and I was kind of having similar problems with the epoxy. So what I just did is, when I was filling the gaps up again for the last time I went through, I actually went over the edge a little bit. Like here you can have a bit of a bump because I didn't sand it down properly. It's just so when I actually had it on the belt sander, it was gripping it proper. It would grip it properly and have something for support. And then I figured I could go with sandpaper after and just go down a little bit, but apparently I missed a spot. Now this puzzle is not perfect how I did it. In fact, it's far from. There's a bit of wobble here. Here it does not have much. It's not perfectly flat, but oh well. I went down all the way to the screw, so I don't think I could go down any further. As you can definitely tell, I cut these stickers myself, and I am not good at cutting stickers whatsoever. What I do with them typically is I will actually take a piece a bit bigger than what I need, put it over a row like this, and then cut across the lines. But that doesn't always work out perfectly, especially because I didn't actually fill these gaps properly. I just super glued them. I didn't actually use epoxy for filler. I was kind of running low. So it doesn't cut properly. Like you'll see there's tiny pieces like that where when I tried to cut it, it kind of came out a little bit and it wouldn't cut properly. So there's these tiny pieces sticking out. But honestly, I'm not going to be solving this puzzle a lot. I'll solve it once just because I want to see if I can figure out how to solve it like I do with all other puzzles. Then it's probably just going to sit in my collection. So it's a little bit tight just because the megaminx I used had tight tensions. For some reason the orange face, actually the screw would pop out if I had it too loose. So what I ended up doing is tying all of them just so I could have even tensions. So it is tight. It's actually not that bad of turning. I do prefer the Shang Shao over the Dayan because it's smoother, but it still works out pretty well. What's really cool about this puzzle is just how it turns, because as you can see on this face, it has this piece sticking out, this piece where it's empty, this piece where it's empty, and it can turn on this face. This one is similar, however, because this overlaps, it can't turn on this face, so it bandages. So this is a bandaging puzzle, and I really hope I didn't scramble it just there. Oh well, I'll figure out how to get back later. But anyway, actually, I think I just figured out now. Well, oh well, I was planning on scrambling after anyway. So anyway, what this puzzle is basically a 1x3x3 megaminx. Because these two layers are glued together, so it's... and these two are. So, but it has this extra stretch in between. So that's why it's allowed to move in such a unique way. Whereas if you were to do this with a 3x3, you would just get a floppy cube. And you don't get this cool effect of this being able to move up and still being able to turn it. I actually don't really care for bandaging puzzles that much, but that's my own preference. Hold on a sec, there's just a little piece of epoxy that came out. I must have sanded that down. It was probably just stuck on a little bit. But anyway, I don't care for bandaging puzzles that much just because it's not my style. Like, I love to have the curvy costume because it's very limited, but I don't like trying to figure out how to solve a puzzle and being stopped because you just can't physically move a face. I like having the difficulty in the puzzle lying with the challenge of the solve and not having something get in the way. It's a little bit more tedious, a little bit frustrating, but I do know some people like it and I can understand that. So anyway, this is my Megamoid puzzle. I'm still kind of happy with how it's finished just because this is the first time I modded a megaminx. So it gave me a bit of experience. I'm going to be actually making another bandage puzzle soon, the Mephrit's bandage cube. So that's going to give me more experience of bandaging puzzles properly. I'm actually going to properly fill the pieces. Kind of like what I did with my 4x4 AI cube, but I'm going to be more thorough with it and actually have it look proper. Also, I actually have proper stickers in, so I can do it the way I like to. Oh yeah, by the way, next time I'm getting a different pink. I don't like this pink. I actually used, if I had duplicates, I used shades I didn't like. For instance, where is it? Oh yeah, this blue. I had an extra blue lying around, so I used this dark blue. It actually looks really nice on camera, but it's a little bit too dark for me. I have one a shade lighter that I was planning on using, and it looks a bit better, but the typical blue that you'll see nowadays, that's what I use. Okay, so I rambled long enough. Thanks for watching my video. Thanks for your support, and let me know if you want to see anything in the future. I do actually have quite a few mods that I've made. Nothing amazing, but if you'd like to see them, let me know. Okay, thanks. Have a great day.